Hello and welcome to Post, the channel where we discuss all things hockey and all teams. Rangers fans, I finally got a New York Rangers hat. I know it took a while, months actually, months and months, but Lids has hooked me up with some gift cards and I've used some of those funds to buy a few things for the channel, and one of those things is this New York Rangers hat.
And that's not the draft hat, that's...
No, this is just a regular hat, and I really like this hat.
It's a sharp looking hat.
It's a great looking hat.
Yeah.
So guys, you know that I've been praising Lids for a long time on this channel, and you can help us by helping them. Go check out their site at lids.ca or lids.com if you're in the States, and go to the clearance section, go to the hat section, and you will find some deals, I promise you. Okay, let's get into this. This is the prediction of my Eastern Conference seasonal standings and playoffs. But before we get in, I do have just a very quick shout out I want to give to a guy named Hunter. He wrote in a couple months ago and he says, "Hey Neil, my name is Hunter. I'm 15 from Texas. I just wanted to personally thank you for your YouTube channel. Back in 2004, at the age of 2, I had a kidney transplant. Wow. In recent years, I have found that I'm going to need another one. I discovered your account and have gotten into you and the videos. It's the first thing I watch and it makes me forget all about my kidney problems. Thank you for the YouTube channel and continue the great success." Thanks for writing in, Hunter, and I'm so sorry to hear about your kidney issues. That's really unfortunate. But guys, if you're watching at home, leave Hunter some love down in the comment section and let him know that we're thinking about him and we hope he gets better.
And to help Hunter and other people, if you're old enough, if you're reached the age of majority, think about becoming an organ donor.
Absolutely, good point. Yep. Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the same as last time. I'm going to go through my predictions by division, starting at the lowest team to the highest team. Now, I will say that I don't think I'm going to be right in any way. I've said this in previous prediction videos, but I do this because it's fun. I don't do this because I think I'm going to be right or I think I'm smart. I don't think I'm smart. I don't really know that much compared to other people, but I'm going to give it my best shot. So the team that I think is going to be at the bottom of the Metropolitan division, is the division I'm going to start with, is the Philadelphia Flyers.
Oh!
Yeah. They had 88 last year. I see them going to 85 points. They've got $5.8 million in cap space, so there's a little bit of wiggle room there. Mm-hmm. And what I've done for each team is just I have some pluses and I have some minuses, and I'm just going to go through those very quickly. So a plus and a minus, Brian Elliott, which I think is an upgrade to Mason, but a minus because I don't really know how he's going to perform. He's kind of had a tough couple of years.
Yeah.
But for $2.75 million, not bad.
Yeah.
Plus, Nolan Patrick.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be incredible.
Yeah. He is going to be. The question is he going to be incredible early or more measured?
Yeah. Jordan Wheels resigned. That's a big resigning. But there is some defensive holes with Philadelphia. Del Zotto left. Not that Del Zotto was amazing, but there are some holes. Mm-hmm. Gosh, this Bear contract is an issue. Yeah. Potentially, he had that one great year. They rewarded him with a contract, and he didn't have a great year last year, and the contract could come back to haunt Hextall. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. Next, I have New Jersey, and they had 70 points last year. I have them increasing to 86 this year, and they've got $9.7 million in cap space. A ton of room to make some moves. So, it's really going to depend how they do in the first half of the season to see if they make any moves at the trade deadline. Big plus, Nico Hischier. We got to see him play 6 days ago in Summerside. What a thrill.
Incredible.
I have a question mark here, so not really a plus or minus. Corey Schneider, can he bounce back? If he does, New Jersey's going to skyrocket up the standings. If he doesn't, they're probably going to stay in the same spot. Plus, Pavel Zacha. He is the real deal. I am so high on Pavel Zacha. I'm going to be watching New Jersey this year just based on Pavel Zacha. He's great.
He came through for you in your prediction.
He did, yeah. Plus, Marcus Johansson. The guy is so talented and so skilled. We got to see him play.
We did. He was
same
really
as Nico
good.
Hischier. It's a thrill to watch.
Great combo.
The defense, I feel, is a bit on the weak side. I don't want to put too much pressure on Corey Schneider, but it is it's better than last year. I don't think it's good yet. And Taylor Hall, another player that we saw play, and he wasn't really that impressive. I know it's preseason.
Yeah, and it's one game.
Yeah, and even last year, though, I didn't really feel like he was just in the zone. I kind of feel like he was out of place a bit. But that's all I got for New Jersey. Next, I have the Islanders, and I see them going from 94 last year to 88 points this year, so a decrease. Mm-hmm. They've got 2.9 in cap space, a little tight, and you have some minuses here. John Tavares. Not that he's a minus, but his contract situation that's looming over the franchise.
The drama.
The drama behind this is going to be on his mind, probably on the franchise's mind, and on the fans' mind. Is he going? Is he staying? I just don't want that to be. I don't want that to overshadow the team and any potential success. Another minus here, the Halak situation. Again, not a minus on Halak, but the situation. You had 3 goalies in the Islanders for the Islanders last year, and he sent Halak down to the AHL, and he killed it because he's amazing.
Yes.
And so you're just saying you don't have trust in him. So now he's back up with the team. I don't know. If I'm Halak, I'm thinking, hey, send me away. I want to go play for someone else. Plus Jordan Eberle, I think he'll fit in well with Tavares and that team, but his salary, he's getting paid more than John Tavares is right now. I think it's 6.5.
Not for long.
I don't think Eberle is worth 6.5. I'm sorry. I think he's probably worth about 3.5 or 4. My personal opinion, but that's where I see it. Next on the list, I have Carolina. I am high on Carolina, and I know some other people are, and some other people are like, no, Carolina's not doing anything. I think they will. I see them going from 87 to 97, and they've got $17 million in cap space. $17 million.
So they're already a lot better, and they can get even better.
Yes, exactly. I'm really high on Carolina. So plus Scott Darling.
Yeah.
Scott Darling's the man. He's so underrated. Plus Justin Williams. I know he's old, but I know it's probably close to the end of his career, but he has a lot of experience, and he can bring a ton of great insight to the youthful players. I know you're not a big fan of Justin Williams, but
yeah.
Plus Trevor Van Riemsdyk, ton of experience with Chicago. He's going to be great in Carolina. Plus Jacob Slavin is re-signed, and plus Teuvo Teravainen is re-signed as well. Tons of pluses. I don't see any minuses in Carolina. I'm feeling real good about them. Next is Columbus. I see them going from 108 points to 99 points, so a big drop there. But they still have $8 million in cap space, so they could make some moves.
Yeah.
Big plus here, Artemi Panarin. I still don't understand. My brain cannot comprehend how they acquired him for what they did, but they did, and it's going to be tremendous for the team.
Yeah.
Question mark, Sergei Bobrovsky had an amazing year last year. He does have a bit of an injury issue. If he goes down, can they still hold the fort and continue their success? I don't know. If he's healthy, he's going to be amazing. And question mark, there's always going to be a question mark on John Tortorella. He's such a firehead that you don't really know when he's going to explode. He is a dynamite, and you know he's going to explode. You just don't know when, and you don't know how much it's going to cost the team.
Yeah, so, it's not a matter of if.
Yeah,
it's a matter of timing. That's
exactly.
all it is.
So I don't know if
that.
That probably doesn't have anything to do with team success. I just question mark there.
I just don't want him to explode on the bench and have an aneurysm or something, because it always looks like he's about to just.
Yeah, exactly. Next, I have the Rangers going from 102 last year to 103. Just a little jump.
Yeah, okay.
And they've got $3 million in cap space. That's good enough for one player, one or two players. Question mark on Henrik Lundqvist. Amazing goalie. His numbers aren't that great compared to other goalies in the league, but you can see what he can do when the time comes, the playoff time comes. He plays amazing. Yeah. His age, he's getting up there, so he's reaching the end of his career. Minus Antti Ranta is gone. Yeah. Huge thumbs down for that. I was a big fan of Antti Ranta. Great backup. So I don't know. I can't see that really affecting the team greatly, but if King Henrik gets injured, it might. Plus, Kevin Shattenkirk, he's great. I think he's a little overrated. I do think he's still good, so that's a big plus. And he took a hometown discount to play there.
He did, yeah.
Plus, Dan Girardi gone. I think you had that as a minus. I have it as a plus. I'm not a big Girardi fan, so I think this was a good move for the Rangers. All right, next I have Pittsburgh, and I see them going from 111 down to 109. Not really much of a change. They've got $2.4 million in cap space, so not a lot of room, but still up close there. Minus Marc-Andre Fleury is gone. That's a huge loss for the Pittsburgh Penguins. If Matt Murray gets injured, which he's been injured, I think 3 times now since he's joined the NHL 2 years ago, you're going to need a solid backup. Is Niemi the right answer for that? Maybe, but is he better than Fleury? Heck no.
No.
Thumbs down for that.
Yeah.
Not that Pittsburgh could do anything about it, but
they could have. They could have protected him.
Yeah, they could have. But question mark on Matt Murray's health. I guess I kind of just said that. Bonino's gone, Collins gone, Kunitz is gone. 3 big names there, 3 big contributors to the Stanley Cup win last year. But you got Ryan Reeves. Big thumbs up. Justin Schultz has looked amazing last year. He's going to look even more amazing this year, I think. And you know what? You still got Crosby, Kessel, Malkin. The list goes on. Letang, Gensel, Sheary.
Fantastic.
This team could win the Cup again. Who knows?
They could.
All right. And in first place in the Metro, I have the Washington Capitals again.
Really?
118 points last year. I had them going down to 111, and I see they are at $2.5 million in cap space. Minus Shattenkirk's gone. Minus Williams gone. Minus Alzner's gone. Minus Johansson's gone. But you got Oshie signed. You got Kuznetsov signed. You got Orlov re-signed. But you have some cap issues there. There's lots of players getting paid a lot. Are they as deep as they were last year? No, I don't think so.
I think Johansson's the only real big loss there.
Yeah.
Of the ones. The others are
you're seeing a lot of big names going out, but you're seeing a lot of opportunity for younger players to come in who are getting paid less. Like, what's his face from Australia?
Walker.
Ken Walker. Is it what? Something Walker?
Yeah. Jonathan Walker?
Something Walker.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's going to be
if
exciting.
he makes the team.
Yeah, if he makes the team. So just opportunities for them to sneak in there. But I feel good about Washington. All right, let's move on to the Atlantic Division. At the bottom of the Atlantic Division, I see Florida. 81 points last year. I have them going to 78.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Even less than last year?
Even less than last year, yeah. Riley Smith is gone. Jokinen's gone. Yager is gone. So big minuses there. But you got Verbata for $2.5 million. The coach, new. Bob, was it Bugner? Yeah, Bob Bugner.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about him. I'm not very familiar with him. Not sure if it's going to work. Like I said, don't know anything.
Most of the reading I've done is that Bugner's a plus on the bench. Like he's well-liked guy.
Okay,
and,
cool.
So I don't know anything. Yeah.
And, sorry, they have $8 million in cap space. I forgot to remember that. So that's a respectable amount of room there. And Luongo, he's old. I just have Luongo old on the list here. He is old. He's going to be splitting the games 50-50 with Reimer this year, I believe. And he's okay with that. He's come out and said that. Is Reimer really the guy that you want leading your team? I still don't think he's a starter. I think he's a bit overrated. I don't know if he's overrated. He's a backup most of his career, but I'm just not very high on Reimer. So
if it's a true tandem, Luongo and Reimer, and they're okay psychologically with the back and forth.
If they're okay.
That's
with it.
fine.
Yeah.
I think it'll be okay. But
next, I have Detroit. Unfortunately, I have them at they were at 79 last year. I had them exactly at 79 this year. They've got $3 million in cap. Negative $3 million in cap space. They're actually over the cap space now. I think that has to do with some injury stuff.
Yeah. But
they're still tight. They're
very tight.
They're too tight.
Yeah.
Crease issues. Who's going to play?
Mm-hmm.
There's lots of controversy there. But you know what? They've got plus on the young talent. They got so many young guys. Anastasiou, Manta, Larkin, list goes on. It's a bright team. It's going to change a lot in the next 5 years, but Detroit in 5 years is going to be a totally different team, but they're going to be so exciting to watch.
They could be the next Toronto.
Absolutely.
They could do what Toronto did last year in a couple of years.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's great.
And a big plus, their new arena.
Yeah.
The guys are going to be so excited to play in that Little Caesars arena. The fans are going to be excited to go watch them. It's going to be a great time. Mm-hmm. Next, I have Buffalo, and I have them going from 78 to 93. They've still got $5.9 million in cap space, a little bit of wiggle room. Phil Housley's the new coach. I have a plus, but I have a question mark as well because we don't know how he's going to do. How is he going to meld and mix with Jack Eichel? Jack Eichel's had some attitude problems and some mingling problems there, so who knows. Plus, Chad Johnson, I think he's going to be a great backup. He saved the Calgary Flames season last year when Elliott was not doing as good as he should have been doing. So big plus there. Plus Scandella. Lots of people think Scandella isn't that great. They think he's overrated. I'm of the opposite opinion. I really like Scandella and what he can bring. Evander Kane trade rumors, big minus here. There's always rumors about Evander Kane and where he's going to get traded, when he's going to get traded, if he's going to get traded. I don't like the drama situations looming over franchises. I feel like it potentially affects stuff in the locker room.
Yeah.
And minus here, Jack Eichel's health. Is he going to stay healthy? If he's going to stay healthy, Buffalo is going to look really well. If he doesn't, Buffalo might be in the same position as they were last year, unfortunately.
Do you think they're 15 points better than last year?
I honestly do.
Wow.
I got a good.
I hope you're right. For Buffalo's fans, they've been a long time waiting for a good team to come back.
I got a good feeling.
I hope you're right.
Next, I have Boston. I have them at 95, so the same as last year, and they're at $2.6 million in cap space, so pretty close there. But you got Pasternak re-signed, plus minus Stafford, and Moore are gone. Two underrated guys, I think. Mainly Moore, very underrated, lots of experience. Chara old, I have written down. He's
ancient.
He's ancient, but he's going to provide a lot of leadership for McAvoy and a few other young guys. I think Boston. How do I say this? I don't think Boston's a bad team. I just think that they need some player changes over the next year or two. And in 2 years, I think Boston's going to be really competitive. But for right now, I just see them at 95 points. Ahead of them, I have Ottawa going from 98 last year to 96 this year, so they're actually down. They've got $5.7 million in cap space, and we watched them play in Hockeyville in Summerside earlier this week. They didn't look good. I know it's preseason. I know.
They didn't have everybody, but they had a lot. They had a lot of A-list players. You know, they were missing a couple.
They looked so disorganized and mismanaged, and they just were missing passes, and they couldn't get into the zone, and they couldn't get through this neutral zone trap. It was almost embarrassing to watch a little bit.
Maybe they had too many refreshments at Dion Phaneuf's place.
Yeah, I think they went fishing.
Or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. They looked like they were out of step. New Jersey was all over them.
Minus Mark Mathot.
Yeah.
If you watched any of the playoffs last year, you know how crucial and important Mark Mathot was. What a solid player he was in the playoffs last year. Tremendous loss.
Beast, yeah.
Plus, Thomas Chabot, we got to see him play. He looked really good.
He did.
Young guy coming up. He was great in the juniors. He looked good for Ottawa. He's one of the only players that game that looked good. And I've been watching him in some other preseason games. He looked good as well.
Yeah, Chalapik was pretty good too. And he just, we'd watched him in Charlottetown when he was with the Islanders here, when he was in junior. And now I don't know if he's going to crack the roster.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but I hope he does, because he's got a lot of talent.
Absolutely.
Talent,
Carlson injury, big minus here.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate, but
fairly good news on that, though. You know, his return may be earlier than later.
Really?
Yeah. Seeing that over the weekend.
That's good.
Yeah,
they need him.
I hope so.
He's by far the best player on the team. No offense to anyone else on the team.
Yeah.
Carlson is above and beyond. He's a superstar.
He is on skates again.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That far along? Yep. Wow, that's awesome. And then ahead of Ottawa, I have Montreal going from 103 to 98. Now, if you've watched the channel for any amount of time, you know that Montreal Canadiens are my favorite team. We do talk about all the teams here. We do support all the teams. I do like other teams, but Montreal will always be my favorite team until they win the Stanley Cup, and then I'll probably move on.
Quit saying that.
They've got $8.5 million in cap space. That's huge.
It is.
That's exciting. If Bergevin makes any moves, which he probably won't. Big plus. Jonathan Drouin. Plus is the cap space, plus Carl Alzner. Alice Hemsky for a cool mill. Plus Carey Price is re-signed. No drama there. You don't have to worry about it. It's not going to be looming over anything. It's done. Mm-hmm. Sergachev's gone. Radulov's gone. Markov's gone. All minuses. Still, there's a huge scoring gap there. Who is going to put the puck in the net? Not many people are doing it in the preseason. Not many people did it last year. With Radulov gone, and Drouin in, can Drouin replace Radulov's performance and production? Even if he can, they still need more scoring.
I don't think last night's, we're taping this on a Sunday, and last night was the last exhibition game for Montreal and Ottawa. It was a blowout 9-2 for Montreal. I saw some flashes of absolute brilliance in that game, but again, we just talked about how bad Ottawa was, so I don't know if that's really a measure. But, they're still juggling lines.
That's what the preseason is all about.
That's
getting things in motion and trying to figure out who's going to play with who. But even with Drouin in, it's not looking good. They need more scoring.
Yeah, it's hard to say they're better. In fact, I agree within a point. I think I am with you. They're not better than last year. They're probably a little bit worse.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because they are my favorite team, but bad things. Yeah, and Max Pacioretty, he's extremely inconsistent.
Hello.
He'll go on a 9-game streak and get 20 points, and then the next 9 games he'll get 1 point. Yeah. I don't understand it. It's frustrating, but he's still a guy who can probably put up, if he really tried, 40 goals. Maybe.
I think he's had, 40 goals the last 3 years?
Something that's close to it. I don't know if he got 40 last year, but he's a sniper.
He is a sniper.
His wrist shot is incredible.
Yeah.
He can get it done. His question is, will he?
Yeah.
Ahead of Montreal, I have Toronto, going from 95 points last year to 101. They've got a minus $4.5 million in cap space. Again, I don't know if that has to do with the injury stuff with Lupul and Nathan Horton. I don't know if that's affecting the cap on Cap Friendly right now, but that's where I got that number. Still close to the cap space there. They need to do something.
Yeah, I think it's 2 days into the season when the actual injured reserve, long-term injured reserve actually gets entered, and then it affects the cap.
Exactly.
Right now, the cap reflects them being on the team.
Yeah. So big plus Patrick Marleau. Huge. Big plus Hainsey and Moore, 2 underrated guys that are going to be great insight there between those two guys for the younger players. And Toronto has a lot of younger players, so it's going to be great. Great mix there. The Lupul situation is a minus for me. There's just it sucks. It really sucks for Lupul. It sucks for Toronto. I feel bad for the guy, but
the good news is it has an end. Like one
does.
way or the other. There's
Yeah.
going to be another exam. Determination will be made whether Lupul is long-termly disabled or not, or not disabled, but unfit, I guess in his case.
Yeah.
But, it'll be a yes or a no, in a matter of a few days.
Yeah, we'll know
probably,
soon.
and it'll be over.
Big pluses. You still got Matthews, Marner, Nylander, Zaitsev. So many young guys. So much talent on this team. I think we'll do better than they did last year.
Yeah, I think so too.
And the last thing I have here is question mark of Anderson. Anderson can be a great goalie. He was one of the reasons they got into the playoffs last year, but he looks inconsistent at times. He goes through these
little streaky
kind of emotional phases where he doesn't have a lot of confidence. What Anderson are we going to see next year, or this year? Sorry, I'm not sure. And in first place in the Atlantic, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning going from 94 to 103 points, and they've got $2.3 million in cap space, so a little close. Question mark: Steven Stamkos.
Yeah.
Can he stay healthy?
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, can he stay healthy? He's been injured. He's had like 3 or 4 serious injuries in the past 5 years. He's going to have to, if he gets injured again, he's honestly going to have to think about maybe hanging up the skates, because how can you keep going putting your body through that and even your team through that? It sucks. And I really like Steven Stamkos. And it's just an unfortunate situation. Same situation with Tyler Johnson. He's had some injury issues. Amazing player, small player, fast player. He did incredible things in the playoffs a couple years ago. Can he stay healthy? If he does, if Stamkos and Johnson can stay healthy, Tampa Bay's going to look so good. Big plus, Sergachev. Probably the brightest defensive prospect in the past couple of years. He's going to do great things. It hurts to say that as a Canes fan because we saw him leave, but it's a big plus for Tampa. Minus Jonathan Drouin. Could be a plus because I know there was some drama and locker room interference there with Drouin and management and maybe other players, but I do have it as a minus because his production is pretty great. Plus, Palat is re-signed. Plus, Braden Point, tremendous young rookie last year. He was great to watch. At the end of the season, he was turning it on. Minus Dan Girardi. Sorry, thumbs down. I don't like that acquisition at all. Question mark, Vasilevsky. I'm not very high on him. There are so many people who are high on him. I don't know why I'm not. I just have a bad feeling about him. He just doesn't do it for me. I don't know why. I have no reason to feel like that way, but I just don't. I don't think he's good enough.
When he came in, when Bishop he was lights out, and he was so good. I feel a little bit the way you do, and I don't know why either. There's something like he can't be as good as he was then. He's in the long term.
He's good, but I don't know why. Yeah, I don't know why. I just don't have a good feeling about him. Regardless of how I feel, I think they're going to do amazing. Tampa is so deep. I think they're the deepest team in the East. I'll just come out and say it. I think they're going to do some tremendous things. If they can stay healthy, man, look out for Tampa this year. Okay, that's all I have for the seasonal standings. Now let's move on to the playoff predictions.
Oh, right. We still have...
And I'm going to release my Stanley Cup winner here, too. So pretend like you can't see this because I'm going to read this to you.
Okay.
So I have the Capitals playing Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
I have Pittsburgh playing the Rangers. I have Tampa playing Columbus. And I have Toronto playing Montreal.
In the first round?
In the first round. By the way, when you did your video and you did your playoff thing, you kind of screwed up your order. There were certain teams that should have played other teams when you got to the second round. It doesn't matter because you picked your winner regardless of... that you picked your team, and regardless of how it went there.
Did I go outside the conference? Is that what happened? Or
the alignment was bad. Really? Yeah. Oh. No big deal. Okay, so that's my first round matchups. Between Carolina and Washington, I want Carolina to win, even though I do like Washington. But I want Carolina to win. I think Washington's going to win. Between Pittsburgh and the Rangers, I think the Rangers are going to beat Pittsburgh.
Oh, really?
Yep. I think Pittsburgh's going out in the first round, and I know there's going to be so many Penguins fans at home slamming their fists on the table saying, "You idiot." I don't care.
I don't agree. I think Pittsburgh, well, if you watch the video where I did it, I think Pittsburgh actually is probably the most likely team to win the Cup this year and beat everybody in sight.
Yep.
But as much as that's my prediction, I hope you're right.
I just think Lundqvist, he's at the end of his career. He only has a few shots left.
Gonna go for it.
This year might be maybe his last shot. I don't know. He's going to go for it. He's going to be on fire. And they want revenge against Pittsburgh. So I think that Pittsburgh's played a lot of hockey the past 2 years.
That's true.
More hockey than anyone else. I think they're going to be a little tired as well. That's going to hurt them. So
Okay.
that's why I have the Rangers beating Pittsburgh in the first round. Moving on to Tampa and Columbus. I think Tampa is going to absolutely destroy Columbus and move on to the second round. Sorry, Columbus fans. And between Montreal and Toronto, Toronto is going to annihilate Montreal. Probably sweep. That's my prediction. A sweep. Hurts. Moving on to the second round. So we have Washington facing off against the Rangers. I think Washington's going to win. Washington's going to go on to the conference finals. And between Toronto and Tampa, I have Toronto beating Tampa.
Oh,
I have them with the run they went on last year, and they almost got by Washington. They just want it so much more, and they've got nothing to lose.
now I know you're my son. You don't drink. You don't do drugs.
No,
So how do you come up with that?
I don't know, but that's what I got. So sorry, Tampa. I think Toronto's going to put you out of the playoffs.
I hope you're right.
So I have Toronto facing Washington for the conference finals. Who's going to go on and play Edmonton? So because I've picked Edmonton, if you haven't watched my other video in the West, I've picked Edmonton to come out of the West. I've picked Washington to beat Toronto and move on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Washington plays Edmonton. The winner of the Stanley Cup next year is Washington. I'm picking.
I think you're totally out to lunch.
That's fine. I'm picking Washington for. I picked Washington last year, and I didn't get it done. I was so angry after the playoffs. I said I'm never picking Washington again. But I just need to win. They just have to. How can they not win? How can Ovechkin not get a Stanley Cup? He has to get it. I think this is the year. I hope this is the year. And
It wouldn't be the worst thing that happened. I just
they had so much pressure on them the past couple of years because of their seasonal success, and I just think that now Pittsburgh, in my situation, is going to be out of the playoffs. They're not going to have looming in the back of their heads, oh, I hope we don't play Pittsburgh. They know that they're not going to have to play Pittsburgh. They're lesser of a team this year. They don't have as much pressure. I think they're just going to get it done. I think Holtby's going to be totally lights out. I think it's going to happen. So Ovechkin trumps McDavid. That's my prediction. And it's going to be Game 7. Like, it's going to be a long series, Game 7 series. Mm-hmm. Well, there you have it. That's my predictions. This was a long video. I do apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Most of you have left your predictions down below from the other videos that we did. Mm-hmm. But if you'd like to leave your predictions down for this one, that'd be cool too. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thanks, Lids, for hooking me up with this hat and helping us out here on Post to Post with some merch. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button because we're going to be talking lots of hockey in this coming season. And we will see you in the future. Adios. And question mark on Mika Jimenez. And question on Mika Jimenez.
Zibanejad?
And question on Mika
Zibanejad.
And question on Mika Jimenez. Zibanejad.
Yes.
And a big question on Mika Jimenez. Okay, screw it. I'm not doing it. I'm not saying it. All right.